Hi students! I'm making this video because a lot of you have come to me with concerns that you don't know how to warm up properly. So what I'm going to do is start really easy with some warm-ups and then gradually increase the difficulty level. And I'm just going to demonstrate the warm-ups in a couple of different keys, and then the idea would be you take that and then you continue the warm-up on your own. So this isn't a follow after me, I'm going to warm you up and this is the video you're going to use. This is me teaching you how to create little exercises by yourself and how to be more independent with the warming up process. So to begin, I always kind of start in the middle register because it's less stressful for the voice, and I like to begin on a hum or a lip trill or on an NG sound. So this morning I'm kind of feeling a lip trill. So here's what I would do. So easy, just going from 1 to 5 and back to 1. And now I kind of feel like I'd like to work on some of my tongue tension, just like a whole lot of you need to. So I'm going to try an NG sound. And what I'm going to do is the same exercise I just did, but on the ascending 1 to 5, I'll be on an NG, and then coming back down, I'll be on an ah. Like this. Easy. Let's try something with humming. Humming is really good for if you're warming up really early in the morning. It's good to start your day with this in the shower. And to begin with, I like just going from the very lowest register of my voice to the very highest and trying to make it very smooth with no breaks or weird transitions in my hum. So I just like kind of starting and you could hear that was really smooth. For whatever reason, I might be in good voice today, I don't know, but things are working out. So just some light humming. And then once you feel like you've kind of blended all of your registers and you feel your hum is very tension-free, maybe I'd like to start in a high register this time with my hum, and then bring that very nice tension-free high register down into my lower register. So I'm going to start up here and just do a really simple once I feel like I've done that, what I'll do is a similar thing to what I did with the NG. I will hum down, but then open to a vowel of my choosing at some point during the exercise, so I can carry over the tension-free quality of the hum into an actual vowel sound. So let's see, something like you can even alternate between a hum, an and an ah or an e or something like this. So those are 3 exercises to do when it's very early, when you're feeling maybe like your voice is stressed out a little bit. Those are all just really good ways to make sure that you're not stressing your cords too much. Next, let's see, I would do, next I want to be expanding the range that I'm doing the warm-up in. So what we've been doing so far has only included 5 notes per warm-up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I want to expand that into an entire octave. So let's do something like that my tongue tension is starting to creep back into this warm-up. It's a little higher on a difficulty level, so that probably makes sense that that's happening. So I'm going to incorporate back in my NG sound that's so valuable when you're working on tongue tension. I'm going to slow the exercise down and then move upwards on an NG and then back down on an ah. Let's do this. Sucks today, I just discovered. So I'm going to do something that looks really funny but that works really well. I'm going to plant the tip of my tongue behind my bottom set of teeth like that, and then I'm going to stick my tongue out and then only very gently bite down, and I'm going to complete the exercise that way. And anytime I see or feel my tongue pulling back, that's a sign of tension, and I'm just going to recognize that as a sign that I need to release more. So felt my tongue pull back that time, so I'm not going to just keep going and ignore the fact that that happened. I'm going to redo that key that I just did until I feel it completely tension free. And now I feel pretty good about it, so I'm going to continue. And I don't feel so good about that, so I'm going to repeat that note. I felt great about that time. So now I'd like to continue this exercise with an actual vowel, like we started doing it. And I'm going to do the NG up and then the vowel down. You can see what a painstaking process this is sometimes, but this is how careful you have to be with your voice. Actually, I felt my tongue pulling into the back of my throat that time. I'm going to redo that one. except for the crack at the end. Last time. Cool. So I'm pretty decently pleased with that exercise. I'll move on to something different. Let's see. How about something to work on agility? So moving a little faster than we have been. Let's do. I can't play it that fast on the piano, so I'll just sing this for you. That didn't sound so good. I felt some tension creeping in, so I'm going to go back to my very, very favorite NG sound. That felt nice. So now I will try to carry over that feeling into the idea of the vowel sound. That didn't sound so good. So now I'm moving up into my passaggio, which many of us have talked about. This is an area where your voice is transitioning between two registers. In this case, my voice is transitioning between the middle register, this area, to my high register, and it just gets a little tricky to maneuver. So I like to slow the exercise down first and see what that does for me. That felt a little better. Let's just try the exercise one more time. Ooh, you know what, actually, I think what I need to do is try to make the transition between middle and head voice at an earlier point in my scale. So I think I'm just kind of throwing it up there when it absolutely has to. I want to actually prepare that transition before it is forced to happen. So I'll try it this time and we'll see what happens. It didn't work. It did work a little better that time. You'll notice one thing I like to do, I have a lot of jaw tension, so I just place my fingers very lightly on the sides of my face, and that tactile sensation just reminds me to release my jaw as I'm singing. But I feel like I could have made the transition into head voice a little bit sooner so that it wouldn't have been forced to happen. And I'm sure that listening, you can hear kind of a little flip up the top. That's not what you want. You want a very smooth transition so that you can't actually tell I'm changing registers. I'll try. Yeah, I felt a little better about it that time. So enough with that exercise. Let's do, what are we at, 15 minutes? I usually warm up for 20 minutes. So let's see, 5 more minutes. I suppose we've worked a lot with middle and high register. How about we work a little bit with low register? So for this, I'm going to choose a descending scale pattern. And when I'm working into my chest voice, I find it really helpful to use the consonant M and the vowel A. For whatever reason, that works really well in my voice. And I'll do something like this. Ma 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 ma. Ma 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 ma. Ma 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 ma. Ma 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 ma. Ma 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 ma. Ma 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 ma. And as you can clearly tell, that's about all I'm comfortable doing down there at this point. So just to throw my voice down there in a comfortable, safe way, I'll feel like doing some lip trills on the same exercise. Now that my voice has gotten used to that very low register, I'll go back to doing the vowel sound. Ma, 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 ma. 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 And that down there in F sharp, ladies, is about as low as I ever want you to be warming up. If you're a total freak, I guess you can keep going, but it gets into kind of a weird, unhealthy place after that. Guys, of course, you can keep going as low as you're comfortable. Let's see. So after that, before I begin singing my repertoire, I always like to do something that gets me into my body and just gets me very grounded and balanced, which is what I've been talking to all of you so much about lately. So Aspen, move out of the way. So I've probably done this with a lot of you in your lessons. It's just a really simple yoga stretch, kind of a modified yoga stretch. What I do is I close my eyes, tune into my 6 places of balance. I evaluate my atlanto-occipital joint, make sure my head is centrally balanced. I evaluate my arm balance, make sure they're hanging and released at my sides. I evaluate my lumbar spine in relationship to my thoracic spine. Make sure I'm in a straight line there. I maybe do a little bit of a monkey to get into my hip joints right here that are in the crease of my pants. And then once I really feel all of the weight of my torso being delivered right here, I just slowly straighten my knees. That feels nice. I always feel probably 50% more grounded after I do that. Then moving downwards, I make sure that my knees are balanced, that I feel the weight of the rest of my body being delivered into the patella, which is at the front bottom side of the kneecap. And then I move down into my feet, which deliver weight into the floor through a tripod. Feel the 2 places at the front of the foot and then the one in the back that are delivering your weight into the floor. And when I'm thinking about my feet, I really like to think about how much I weigh, which is about 140, split it in half, so 70, and just really concentrate on the fact that 70 pounds of weight is being delivered through each of my feet. And that always makes me feel incredibly grounded and balanced. And once I've done that, I just come about a 1/2 inch forward and I feel great. I feel ready to sing. And now I'm going to do my relaxation stretch once I become grounded and balanced. I'm going to inhale, lift my arms up along with my head, and then on an exhale, a very controlled exhale, I'm going to swan dive. So I'm going to keep everything up and straight until I absolutely can't anymore, and everything just collapses down and I'm hanging. And when I'm down here, I'm taking inhalations and exhalations and feeling the expansion in my back, feeling the expansion in my ribs, letting my head hang loose, and then on a controlled inhalation, I will roll up, feeling each vertebrae unroll. And at the top, I'll roll my shoulders up, clasp my arms behind my back and stretch. Inhale, exhale, release, and let my arms float down to my side. And now I feel like I'm ready to practice. So the keys to remember in a warm-up are that different warm-ups work for different people, and that's why I'm not giving a CD of this is the warm-up that you're going to do every single day. I want you to be creating your own warm-ups that kind of make you evaluate how your voice is doing that day, and then you pick out certain things to incorporate into your warm-ups that help you with whatever you're struggling with on any certain day. So I showed you that today I was having a lot of trouble with tongue tension, so I gave you a lot of great tools to use, and I want you to be kind of doing the same process. You just come up with a melody and then play with it and adjust it. Try different vowel sounds, try different consonant sounds, try lip trills, try NGs, try different movements associated with your warm-ups, so moving your head back and forth, or different stretches while you're singing, all sorts of different things that you can do. And hopefully, eventually, you'll all feel much more comfortable just sitting down in a practice room and warming up without me having to hold your hand so much. And yeah, you can always call or email me if any of this has been confusing. Hope it helps.